Greetings and good afternoon from Hopalong Hollow. Today we're going to do something completely different. A couple days ago we took a trip to a wonderful historical site just about 30 miles from our house. It is called the Museum of Appalachia, and it is a wonderful, if you love history, if you love pioneer times, and you love Little House on the Prairie, or anything to do with the early settlement of this area, which is Appalachia, you're going to love the sights that I show you in this video. And this is our yard, which is also quite beautiful at this time of year. But let me read to you from their literature before we get going. And I will be interrupting. Every once in a while I'll be butting into the clips just because I might have forgotten to say something while we were there. So let me just introduce you to the place we're going to be going. I'm just going to read to you straight from their literature. A living mountain village. That's the Museum of Appalachia. A unique collection of pioneer buildings and artifacts was amassed over half a century by one man, and that was John Rice Irwin. He traveled back roads collecting untold thousands of everyday items from the colorful and interesting mountain folk of southern Appalachia. The museum tells the story of these people in their own words and through the artifacts they left behind. Authenticity is emphasized. Cabins appear as though the family had just left to cultivate their fields or go to their Sunday meeting. So you're going to stroll through the village and imagine yourself back in old Appalachia, cutting firewood, tending livestock, mending a quilt, spinning, weaving, or simply rocking on the porch and enjoying the pastoral views. Now, I was not able to film everything. It would have taken several hours to show you absolutely everything at the museum, but I did film some of my favorite spots, and I do want to ask your forgiveness for my shaky camera work because I was really having trouble with my gimbal. So eventually I just removed the camera from using the stabilizer. I will try to show you as much as I can within a reasonable time, but the best thing to do is for you to go and visit this wonderful, wonderful place. And so let's go on a trip 30 miles down the road. Greetings, this is Jerry. We're not in Hopalong Hollow today. We are on our way to an American treasure, which is the Museum of Appalachia. This is only about 40 miles from our house, 40 minutes maybe from our house, and this place is wonderful. It's an example of early American living, full of authentic cabins and structures, log structures, and it's just a beautiful time to go there this year. So that's where we are headed. We decided to take the scenic route. We could have gone on the highway, but this is such a nicer, more pleasant drive, although it is a winding road. And so anyway, this is where we are, and I think you're going to enjoy this today. If you love history, if you love primitives, this is the place to go. History, East Tennessee, early Southern history. This is a great place to go. Okay, we know we're here when we hit the fencing here. And all these buildings that we're going to visit, all these log structures were relocated and brought here to the museum. I'm not sure what that is. I don't remember. Gourd purple martin houses. So what would this be? Horseshoeing? Not sure. We're just going to stroll around and see what we've got. And there's a gate coming up right here that used to have a cast iron gate weight on it, which was really where I got the idea for my gate weight. Let's see if it's still there. Oh no, it's there. Okay, but it broke. Look. Oh dear. See, that's where I got the idea to do my gateway. It was right here at the museum. Come on now. I might not use this gimbal. It just doesn't do what I want it to. This is the Peters Homestead house. Rag bag for making rag rugs. Weaving. Look at this fireplace. Pretty stark living in a log cabin. Look at this wonderful rope bed, and underneath another rope bed. Okay.
You can go up there.
Yeah? Look at this worn handrail. Oh my goodness. Okay. Look at this bedroom. It's actually pretty spacious. The spinning wheel, a walking wheel. And here we have, oh, these doorways are so skinny, look. Look at that. Another lovely bed. Oh, these beds are so great. I've got so many cabins to show you, so I'm just going to try to go into them little by little. Oh, I love this room. This is the same cabin. This is the same cabin. Oh, look at that chest over there. Would I love to have that? Underground dairy. Look at that. There's so many cabins. I don't know. Look at this. Go ahead. Okay, here's the smokehouse. It's so quiet here today. It's so perfect. The scalding kettle. Come on. Oh, here's a corn crib. I'm telling you, ever since I've been out here, I've wanted to move a log cabin to the property. And I once had the opportunity to purchase one, 2-story, for only $800. At the time, I was so poor, I couldn't afford it. And then somebody else got it. I wouldn't be surprised if the museum here got it. But look at that barn over there. All right, come on, Gimbal. Do your thing. Do the right thing. We've got such a beautiful day. See, they have a Peabody boy too.
You see them?
Yeah, there's a Peabody boy over there.
Over there too.
They have Peabody boys here. Lots of them. Okay. Sweet. What a sweet little village, huh? They, like James was saying, all they did was work. Work, work, work. To grow your crops, grow your food, make your clothes, weave the cloth, scrub your clothes by hand, cut down trees to make all these buildings. But wow. Just love it. But I don't think I would want to go back to that. Look at this mailbox. That one, this is a mailbox? I believe so. There's the outhouse up there. Is that? Nope. Oh, this is the loom house right here. We won't go in there, but it's probably full of spinning wheels. Look at this. Oh! Bees. Oh, bees! Oh, goody, we're coming up to the beehives, but I want you to see this stick fence first. Look at that stick fence. Oh, it's so much fun. Here's what's left of the corn. It is, it's almost, well, tomorrow's October 1st. My birthday, that's why we're here actually. Okay, here we've got the beehives up there on the hill. See the bee steps, won't be going over there. I bet they have bees. We don't. Maybe next year we'll get a little bit luckier. Doc Randall's old medicine show. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of modern vehicles parked over there. Kind of takes away the ambiance, but the schoolhouse, Big Tater Wallet Schoolhouse. What a great teacher's desk this is. Look at these tiny little seats for little children. Very small. Now, I want you to take a look at how these were built. Look at the lathing and the plaster and then the stone on the bottom and the squared off logs. Just imagine these stones here. Look at these stones. They are huge. Like I said, these people, these pioneers, they really worked. Okay, we're coming up to the church. You can see a sort of a little steeple up there on the top. One year we came here and there was actually a group of parishioners in here singing. Yes, feel free to enter and leave during the singing. Look at this. The great big pot-belly stove to keep everybody nice and warm. And here is where the sermon was given. And look at this window. Look at that window. I'm sure. Okay. Oh my. You're gonna love this chair. And I imagine every pew was taken. Blacksmith shop. I do want to show you this one because this is actually one of my favorite houses. General Bunch House. This is his smokehouse. Okay, camera's gonna go wacky on me now. This was to keep the flies away. Somebody would sit there and swing it back and forth by the handle and keep the flies off the table while you were eating. Just look at these narrow stairways. Pretty much had to be because, I mean, and look at how in the world do you get up there anyway? You'd have to squeeze it right through. You might be able to do it if you were a tiny child, but they needed to make space in these small cabins, so you couldn't let it be taken up by a stairwell. I'm about ready to take this gimbal off of here. It just drives me crazy. That sweet fireplace shape. Butter churns, the pantry. I imagine grain was stored in here. Oh, I finally found some friends over here. This lazy bum. Hello there. Who the heck are you? Wow, what a pig. This must be your buddy. And I suppose this is the pig pen. Oh, this is a good one. Ooh, look at that fireplace. Oh, this is a good one. Look at this. Here's a pie safe. Do you remember we talked about pie safes a couple videos ago? Look at the patterns on this one. This one has the star pattern. Old baskets. Look at how small that little corner cupboard is. Everything had to be small, except that chair. That's not small, because you had to fit a lot in here. Now notice how close to the floor these chairs are. And this long trestle table. And a dough bowl. I guess that's the wood container. Look at the beauty, though, that was put into this fireplace. This is so... I love this stuff. I don't know if I could live with so many primitives, but I know a lot of you actually have homes that are full of primitives. That's what these are called, primitive. Look at... Oh, the floor is wonderful. I keep seeing the tiniest little woven chairs. The cradle. Look at the wavy glass on that mirror and the chest, and there once again these tiny steps. The Mark Twain family cabin moved from Possum Trot in Fontress County. So they, as I said in the beginning, these cabins were moved here from all over. And here we have underneath, what is it, a trestle bed? I cannot remember. The bed that would fit underneath the main bed. To save space, of course. I can't see if that's a bed warmer. Is that a bed warmer or a... I really can't tell what that is. But... this is how a lot of our ancestors lived. In small one-room cabins. Hand-built. Hobart Haygood carried mail by horseback for many years in his native Persia, Tennessee. He started this harness and saddle shop to make and repair the tack. First for his own use and later for the community. So that's what this is. This is a saddle shop. And there's the saddle stitcher, right there in the middle. This, you've got to see, it's called Big Brown Jug. This jug was found in Gate City, Virginia, and reportedly came from the Tennessee Eastman plant in Kingsport. The plant, built in the early 1920s, would fill this jug and several others like it with an acid or chemical. These crockery jugs were later replaced with stainless steel, weighing some 3,000 pounds. This giant jug stands about 7 foot tall and can handle 750 gallons. Somehow it was not destroyed and was taken to nearby Gate City. What would you do with a crock like that? Amazing. Post office. Ooh.
Look at this.
That's beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at this, post office. Could sure use something with that many drawers.
See that chair?
Uh-huh, barbershop?
Shit, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
This is old trough, was used for salting meat years ago, used by Uncle Jack Walker's near Rock Springs. Look at that wooden bowl. It's enormous. General store setup. set up for a general store. Gosh, you remember playing jacks? I do. And marbles. My brothers had marbles, and we girls had the jacks. We had so much fun playing in jack tournaments. Yeah, that's how old I am. That's interesting to me. These are interesting to me because they're butter churns, and I have a collection of these. Maybe we'll talk about butter churns in today's antique, but I don't think we will be doing an antique of the week because this whole place is an antique. Don't think we need to do an antique of the week. Let's see. Hey, I've got that blue one right there. My goodness, look at all of these butter churns and crocks, milk pitchers, butter churns. Amazing. The size of that winding wheel. You weavers would know what that is. This is a winding wheel right here, and this is a giant winding wheel right here. Attached, it would be attached to the ceiling. And this is what they were creating. All these coverlets. We did a video on coverlets last year. Basket lover, I can't help but showing you this remarkable collection of antique baskets. You have to love this. Graduating baskets. Basket lovers. I don't know what that was for. Cotton, maybe? This was the first American flag with 13 stars. Authorized in June 14th, 1777. Okay, here we have another pie safe. It's also a pie safe, but it's not got a punched tin. More of our lovely little chairs, and look at this. Walking sticks of all shapes and sizes. I had to film this because this is pretty interesting. It says that this house, this one-room shack, was lived in by a musician who spent the last few decades of his life living alone in this one-room shack. Look at that. He said, I've got that little cot in there, a chair, a stove for the heat and cooking, a frying pan, a bean pot, and an old dresser, my fiddle, and my pistol. What more does a man need? Oh, and it's got a window. Pretty fancy little window here. On our way out, there is a gift shop here as well. When you first come in the door, lots of antiques for sale, and you can eat here. We're gonna head on out and do a few other things.